Hello everyone and welcome to an overview of your Learning Frameworks class. We're just going to go through a short tour of some of the most important pieces that you'll need throughout these next 8 weeks. So you'll notice that your class actually opens to the announcements page. This is where your instructor will put important announcements, go figure that one, right? Throughout the 8 weeks. So you want to make sure to look at this page. I know sometimes it can be easy to overlook since it'll be the first thing that pops up, but you really want to check these announcements out. Okay, so now I'm going to go over here. Over on the left side of your screen, there is a course menu. It's really helpful to get around to the different pieces that are available to you. I'm going to start with the Start Here orientation. If I click on it, it's going to load a page. And this is kind of an overview of what's expected of you, how you can earn the best grade you can, technology requirements, how to access some of your homework. So this is a really good place to, like it says, start here. Next on the left-hand menu is a link for the syllabus. So if I click on it, it's actually going to load a separate page. At the top of this page, you'll find your instructor's contact information. You'll find some information about if you need to access disability services or the counseling center. Syllabus is basically like a course contract between you and your instructor. It'll talk about what you can expect from your instructor, more about what they may expect from you, any required textbooks, a breakdown of what you're graded on, and more. So you'll want to make sure that you read through the syllabus. It's also required for one of the assignments. To go back to our class, the next link on the left-hand menu is the course calendar. So this is very self-explanatory. It's just a calendar. It should have due dates for all of your assignments listed on here. So that's a pretty good way to keep track of what you need to do when. Next is a course schedule. This is a written out schedule of what's going on in the classroom and any homework assignments that you may have. It's also color-coded, just like the weeks are in the content folder, which we'll look at next. So this can be really helpful. I actually recommend printing this out and keeping it somewhere with you, or maybe downloading it and saving it to your phone if that's the way that you access your classes, because it can be really helpful to refer to later. Content is next. This is where you're going to be spending the majority of your time in this course. As you can see, everything is listed out week by week, which I think is extremely helpful. If you click into a week, so if I click into week 1, for example, all of my homework assignments are listed, and it tells me what day of the week it's listed even. So I think that's pretty cool. Also, it is color-coded to match the syllabus in terms of what category it goes in for how much of your grade it is, which kind of sounds weird. In any case, it's laid out pretty easily, I think. So you'll just scroll down, you'll do your classroom assignments, you'll do your homework assignments, and then at the bottom there is a video, a tip of the week. It's always a short video, less than 5 minutes long, and it's just some kind of practical advice that can help you out while you are in college. There's also a preview of what's coming up next week, so you should always feel prepared for what's going to happen on Monday. So I'm actually going to scroll up to the top. I want to tell you a little bit more about the homework that you will find in these weeks. So at the very top, in this particular week is the CSFI, which your instructor will tell you more about. But the next one says MindTap, and you'll see MindTap kind of repeated throughout this whole course. That's actually your electronic textbook. They're all very short. It's like a page or two with a couple of questions for a few points. They're pretty self-explanatory. You'll just click on it and then click on the lesson that you need to do. So it should tell you right here what's due for the next day. Anytime you see something that says classroom assignment, you want to make sure that you read the instructions carefully. There should always be instructions listed beneath. Your instructor will go over them in more detail, but this way, if you get lost or if you come in late, you can get started on the assignment maybe without having to ask any questions. Down at the bottom, a journal. There's a journal every week. The journals are worth 15% of your grade. It doesn't have to be an essay that you write. You want to write maybe a paragraph or two, but make sure that you answer the prompt. These are the questions that your instructor is looking for you to answer. Okay, I'm going to go back up here to my course menu. Underneath content or discussion boards, if there are any, They will be linked in the content weeks as well as in this discussion board area. So it's just kind of a handy dandy link for you. Underneath that is a section that says My Grades. That's where you'll click on here to, surprise, check your grades for the class. You can also always send an email to your instructor or to other students in the class through this send email link. The My Course Surveys link won't really apply to you till later in the 8-week term. They'll ask you to do like a review of the course, how the instructor's doing, how you like the content of the course, etc. Student resources, if you click here, this is a listing and phone numbers, emails, contact information for a lot of the various resources that we have on campus. So please take advantage of these programs since they are here to help you. TextAid is a link that can help you read information on the internet, or rather it will read it to you. And then Blackboard Help, if you're ever having any issues with your Blackboard classes, then you can click this link, or you can always come in to see the student help on the first floor of the Ware Student Commons. Okay, so that's a lot to take in. I think I'll stop here for today. Plus I went over 5 minutes, which is like my #1 thing that I hate to do for videos. So I'm not going to talk much longer. If you have any questions, you can of course contact your instructor. You can contact the peer mentor or the other members of the success team in your class. And I hope you have a great 8 weeks.